All my friends, it's like, oh, I want to do that travel that you have done. And why you don't do it? It's like just earn a little bit of money and travel.
Just put your mind to it. You can really do it.
Yeah, and it's very simple. It's all that stuff that you need to have it only in your luggage.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not luggage, it's just the backpack and let's go.
Exactly.
If travel is your passion and you want escapism while still upholding your work and family responsibilities, you can travel vicariously from the comfort of your own home. This is The Radio Vagabond.
Welcome back to part 2 of my visit to Monterrey, Mexico. Today we're back in the mountains and my hike with Mexican Luis. You'll also get to meet Esteban, a young Mexican that I met in Bosnia-Herzegovina, who, as it turned out, is the reason I'm here. But we'll start by going to a big football stadium in Monterrey with 50,000 cheering Mexican fans rooting for their home team. My name is Paella. This is The Radio Vagabond, episode 202.
This episode is brought to you in part by this website called hotels25.com. If you're a regular listener, you have heard me mention this before, and I can't say this enough. This is a cool website. It helps you find the cheapest hotel rooms around the world. Hotels25.com. You should try it out. It actually works.
Okay, this ticket for this football game that I'm going to now, I found this on Airbnb, and it's the first time I bought football tickets on Airbnb. And Ruben, you arranged these tours.
Yes, I have since the season starts, I'm starting going with people together, and I have a lot of passion right now for the team, and I like too much the football games and the matches. So it's kind of interesting to be joined with people from other parts of the world and get travel to know the stadium and the people that go there.
Yeah, you live very close to the stadium. Please tell me a little bit about this stadium, because it's fairly new.
Well, it has 3 years since it was constructed there, and right now, too much time the team was waiting for having his own stadium.
Yeah.
They wait a lot of years to have one because they were renting one in some part of Monterrey, and right now they have his own stadium. So right now the people of Monterrey, all the followers of the team, right now are very happy with this new stadium because it's more bigger and it has a lot of new infrastructure. It's very nice. It has his own lights, and it has now concerts and some more events, more important. So
and it seats around 50,000.
50,000 people that come by each 15 days. We have 2 matches each month, and sometimes they have a cup also in the middle of the week, so we have more games. But the big ones from the normal season, we expect a lot of people there, 50,000 people at least, because it gets a lot. It's all the people here buy the ticket for all the year.
Yeah.
They don't wait for going and buy the ticket for each game. They buy all the season together, and are the only ones from Mexico, also Tigres and Monterrey, that make that buy all the season, and they go to all the games. They don't miss any game.
Let's get back in the mountains with Luis.
We're going up
where we're doing a hike.
It's really, really nice here.
The day before I went to the stadium. We'll be back with Ruben and 5,000 other Mexican fans in a bit.
In the car, you told me that your wish is to become more like a nomad and travel around the world. But then, after I shut the microphone off, you also said that there's one thing that you're going to miss if you go traveling.
Oh yeah, the Mexican food.
And then I said, but you can have Mexican food anywhere.
No, no. The only decent Mexican food I have out of Mexico was in Prague, Las Adelitas, and in Madrid. They have also really good Mexican food. But all the food, like Taco Bell and Bowl Taco and that things, they're not Mexican food.
No.
If it has yellow cheese, it's not Mexican.
If it has, but cheddar cheese, it should be in. I use that all the time when I make Mexican food.
No, you can have Oaxaca, Manchego, a lot of cheese, but cheddar cheese is North American. It's gringo.
It's gringo.
Yeah.
So that's don't confuse Mexican food for Tex-Mex.
Yeah, Tex-Mex, it's near to Mexico, but it's not Mexican food. The only Tex-Mex we accept, it's burrito.
Yeah. It's U.S. food inspired by Mexico.
Yeah.
I can't walk and talk at the same time.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Don't worry, it's a really, really intense up, then it's normal, then down.
Okay. The rain is not so bad.
Luis Sotomayor has actually left the hike tour guiding business and instead followed his passion for good food. He recently opened his own paella restaurant with his girlfriend and his brother. It's called Paella Somayor, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm getting hungry just looking at the website. If you're in Monterrey, stop by and say hi to Luis for me. I put a link to the restaurant in the notes and on theradiovagabond.com.
We're about to enter the big, beautiful stadium here. It's a very round in the shape, and like Ruben said, it's a new stadium, and there's a lot of festivities going on outside, and we're about to enter. Yeah.
If travel is your passion and you want escapism while still upholding your work and family responsibilities, you can travel vicariously from the comfort of your own home. This is the Radio Vagabond Podcast.
So now we're here at the first waterfall, and it looks so beautiful here. We're a little bit in the clouds, so it's like a fog hanging over us, but we can still see the waterfall here. It's close and very beautiful. What can you say about this place?
I think it's really amazing. Normally in summer, people are swimming everywhere. Today it's a cold day, so I think we are not swimming, but here people love it to jump and to have hydro massage in the
to have what?
Hydro massage, like with like.
So if it was a warm day, we would go in the water here and swim around and have some back massage from the water falling down here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
But even with the fog, it's the highest point of the waterfall is almost in the fog, but we can see it. Wow, it's so beautiful. I can just imagine what it looks like on a clear day. It's so beautiful right now, and
always is more people here.
Yeah,
but dry is only for us.
We have it all to ourselves. We're the only ones crazy enough to do this hike today.
Yeah.
and just to describe the last bit, because this is I enjoy hikes, but this is maybe a little bit above the level that I normally do, but I'm so glad that you took me. My only worry is that now we have to go back.
Yeah.
And that might at some points be even more tricky.
Yeah, it could be, but with the poles, I hope we don't fall down.
Yeah, we have the poles, so that's always good. And I almost fell in the water. I slipped on a rock and hurt my pride and my ass.
Yeah.
but and I got my feet wet. But I could have just as easily have been totally immersed into the water, which would not have been nice. And then we came to a stretch where it was muddy and so slippery. Yeah. If you think the scene from Ghost where Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze are doing some clay, and then just take away Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze, that kind of wet clay, it was what it was like. So I was really happy that we had the poles and really had to take care of where we put our feet, but we managed to do it.
Yeah, it's really fun. See, sometimes people see me fall. I sometimes see people falling, so it's fun always.
Oh, by the way, in case you fall on the way down, what is the number for 911 emergency here?
911.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Just in case. And what do I say to them? Where are we?
Lastanzuela.
Okay, and just go up here and come and get us and help us, please. And if I fall, you will carry me the rest of my.
Obviously, I will carry in my back.
You ain't heavy,
running.
you're my brother. Yeah, running. Yeah. No, it's so beautiful. Of course, I saw Mexico in the World Cup, and you did very well. I'm so jealous that you did better than Denmark. But I don't know anything about the local teams. Here in Monterrey, you have 2 local teams that are sort of rivals.
Yes, there is also a team, very big one also. It's in the University of San Nicolas. It has his own university and it has his own team. So it has a lot of followers there because too much people study there in that college. So it's also like the half of the city. Like when we have a classic match, once we have 2 each year. You can see like the city, it's getting apart, like because you can see your friends and your family like getting with that rivalry that exists there. It has like you can see that the people like get apart, like from you are Rayado and you are at the Tigre, so it's very tough.
Okay, so there's the Rayados and the Tigres, and the team that we are supporting tonight, that's the Rayados.
That's another one. The Rayados, yes.
Yeah.
But Rayados right now is going to play with a team called Toluca. It's from the south, but it's also a good team.
But of the 2 teams in Monterrey, who's doing the best? Who's in the top league?
In the top league in this season, or are you asking for?
I'm asking right now.
Right now, okay. In this season, like there's a general table that you can see the points, and right now Monterrey it's like 3 points up from Tigres. But talking about championships, right now Tigres has like 6 championships here in NUEVO in Monterrey, well, like in Mexico. And Rayados also only has 4. So in history, Tigres is right now better, but Tigres was the one that has like his last 2 stars since 2 years ago. So it has right now his goal moment. It's right now from Tigres. Also Rayados has his one like 7 years ago, but they're kind of also like going up and going down, and it's just.
But the team that we're playing, and I'm saying we, the team that we're playing against tonight, we're gonna win, right?
Yeah, we suppose, but right now they're second place, and so it has more points than Monterrey. It's very difficult. I think it's going to be very interesting, the game.
And I saw some videos on YouTube of Mexican football supporters, and I've never done this before, and I hear that a lot of singing, and I don't know the language that well, but I hear that they are singing a lot with puto. So I think that it means okay, go, or no.
Yeah, but the followers of Monterrey, they're very passionate, and they sing all the game. You can now. In a few moments you will see and you will hear that they're singing all the game and they're supporting the team all the time. Sometimes they can make love or make some stuff like in violence mode, but they're working on that, La FIFA and the club.
But the whole thing with the singing, because for people who don't understand Spanish, puto is a very rude word, especially outside of Mexico than in Mexico, because in Mexico it's more normal that you say that.
Yeah, it's normal to hear that, but
some Spanish-speaking countries, they took really offense to it.
It has a lot of meanings. Yeah, it has a lot of meanings, but the principal one is like like a beach or something in English. It's like the same thing, but It's only part of the match, and where we will see the followers, the team, the people also play in the game because they make pressure, and so with the singing and all the supporting that you can hear, it's very nice to see that all the people are connected also with the team and the team with the people. So.
It was an experience going to a big football match in Mexico, and especially going with one of the locals gave it another dimension. And by the way, our team won. So it was a great night. Back to the hike with Luis in a few seconds.
Travel is possible at any age. Your sense of adventure is just over the horizon. So, reach out and grab it. This is the Radio Vagabond. Gotta keep moving.
So what's the best part about living in Monterrey?
I think it's that you can be in the city, having all the city things, like everything, but you can also go and hike, because random fact, Monterrey, it's translated to Mountain Kingdom.
Mountain Kingdom?
Mountain Kingdom. So you notice that it's like all about mountains here. You can hike every mountain. It's really cool, and I think that's one of the most things I like, and that you have a lot to do. Like you can go out and have anything to do.
This is another cool way, a reason for people to come here. But you were asking me why Monterrey? Why do you want to come here?
Yeah, the thing is that if I think of Mexico, I think Mexico City, Guanajuato, Zacatecas, San Luis, Oaxaca, Maya, a lot of things. But Monterrey is industrial city. It's not. It's business tourism. We don't have a lot of international tourism. So I was like, okay, you could visit a lot of...
Yeah, I trust my friends, and there was a friend of mine, and I do not remember who it was, that said, when you're going to Mexico, you need to go to Monterrey. And so I put a pin in the map, and I thought it's so close to Texas where I was before, I can get a bus there. So that I trusted a friend, and now I'm glad I did, because
I'm not even really kidding. As I travel, I often meet somebody saying, you should go here, or come visit me if you're close. And then I put a star or a pin in my Google Maps. And when I was in Texas, I could see that there was a star in Monterrey. So I thought, okay, that's a place somebody recommended to me. And without doing as much research as I normally do, I bought a bus ticket to go here. Then when I got here, I realized that it's not really a place in Mexico that attracts the most tourists. But exactly for that reason, I'm glad I went. It turned out to be an exciting city with a cool historical downtown area, a couple of interesting museums, and the beautiful nature I'm in right now with Luis. But I must say that I was a bit confused, not remembering why I put the pin in the map, until I got a message that brought it all back.
Hola!
How are you, man?
Oh, nice to meet you.
So
Nice
good to see you again.
Yeah.
It's very impressive to see
It
you
is
here.
so funny to be all
His
over.
name is Esteban Murillo, and just by pure luck, he saw my Facebook post saying that I was in Monterrey. He's been on an interesting journey himself through Europe, something that's not normal for a young Mexican.
Because of you that I'm here, because somebody said, go to Monterrey and...
You'll get to meet him in a few seconds. We'll be right back.
Hello, Radio Vagabond listeners.
Hey, we are big Paella fans. Ideally, we're all on our journey, just like Paella, to a life we design. Whether you have kids or an empty nester, we invite you to check out our podcast, The Open Nesters.
Our unique podcast explores personal, intellectual, physical, sexual, and spiritual journeys of life as we reinvent ourselves at this stage of life we call Act 3. Paella is an inspiring traveling nomad as this open nester, and you can hear him as we interview him on episode 10.
And if you like to hear from others who are writing Act 3 of their lives, please join us every week for a new episode, which is available on every podcast platform and on theopennesters.com. I'm Amir.
And I'm Tessa, and we'd love to have you with us on the journey. We feel certain it will also become yours. Visit theopennesters.com.
So when I was in Bosnia, I stayed at a hostel with Danny, and he had a guy helping him from Mexico. And that guy told me that if I come to Mexico, I should go to Monterrey. And that's you, Esteban.
And that's why we are here in Monterrey.
That is why we're here. And you're back now after traveling a year of Europe?
Yeah, it was a very big trip. Try to live all the things that I was working in that moment. Go and live the traveling and the easy part of life. Yeah. That it's enjoy everything that you have.
Yeah, and you're 24 now, so that was when you finished school and thought you need to go and do a gap year.
I finished school before my trip. I was 2 years before 2 years after my university. I was working and I saved some money to start a business by my own. And then one friend told me, hey, we were drinking some beers, like all the good decisions made, having some beers. And he was like, oh, okay.
Did you book the flight when you were still a little bit drunk?
No. But it was like the idea, the step one was with the beers. And then we were like, okay, let's travel. We should travel to learn, to practice our English, to learn more, to meet people from all over the world. And was like, okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's find the way.
And you didn't make the easy decision. You started in the northern part of Scotland.
The first idea was go to Ireland. But it was between the weeks, it was getting hard to find a place to do a volunteer there. And was like, hey, we found some place in Scotland. Yeah.
And you ended up staying in different places there, also close to the Loch Ness.
Yeah, I was in the Loch Ness.
And did you see Nessie?
No, unfortunately, no. I would like to see Nessie. It was.
Yeah. And then it was down to the area around London, and then you went to Wales to build a roof.
Yeah, I was a roofer, not a...
Yeah, and scared of heights.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid of heights.
A Mexican roofer in Wales, scared of heights.
Working as a Mexican. Yeah, But at the end, then after all the trip, it was like... I started like having thinking back all the things in the trip, and it's like... You don't have to earn too much money to have a very nice life.
Exactly, and that's what I've learned as well. That it can be very cheap to travel. Of course, you still need to make money, which can be harder. But maybe I should become a roofer.
Yeah, you should try it. It's kind of scary if you don't have the safety harness and all that stuff.
Yeah, I see a big building being built over there. Maybe I could be a roofer up there, but nah. Maybe I should better stick to what I'm good at.
Yeah, it's very if you're safe here in the ground.
But then it was Greece, Crete, and Athens.
Yeah, I was in Crete, near to Heraklion. It's not too near. It's like 1 hour in car, and it's a very nice place that after all the work and all that stuff, the bad thing that we live there, but it's nice. It's very beautiful, the landscapes, the mountains. It's a very nice place to go and visit. If you have a motorcycle, you can go around and have very nice views. Yeah. The people usually they don't speak English and it's hard.
Yeah. 3 days in Athens and then 3 months in Croatia.
In Croatia, yeah.
What did you do there?
I was working in a hostel, and it's Swanky Mint Hostel. It's a place that it's very big. It's have a bar, have a pool, and it's a party hostel. You can.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I was 3 months there working as a receptionist, cleaning, all the.
Yeah. A little bit like you did after that when we met in Bosnia.
Yeah, it was almost the same, but more relaxed.
And then shortly after that, you went back to Monterrey.
Yeah, I fly back to Cancun. Because it's cheaper from Manchester to Cancun. It's cheaper than to Mexico City. And then I took a flight from Cancun to Monterrey, and then to the city I live, that it's near from here. It's Saltillo.
Okay. So now you're back here working, but you told me that you're not finished traveling.
No, it's not. My next adventure is with a motorcycle. I like to go, and I would do it. It's from here to Alaska. It's all motorcycle. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have already talked with my friend that we were traveling together, and we're like, yeah, we're going to do it in 5 or 6 years to earn some money, some experience in job and all that stuff, and then took another 6 months traveling. And
But the thing with taking a gap year and traveling around, that's normal for European young people and Australian people, not so much for US people, but is it normal for Mexican?
No, for Mexican it's no. All my friends, it's like, oh, I want to do that travel that you have done. And why you don't do it? It's like just earn a little bit of money and travel. No, I will not do it. I already have a job. I already have things. No, that's not on me.
Yeah. You see, I never did it when I was young, but then I did it when I turned 50. So yeah, it's a little bit late to do the young gap year, but now I'm doing it.
But it's never too late.
It's never too late, and that's the lesson that hopefully people will take away from listening to this podcast. That it's never too late, and if you just put your mind to it, you can really do it.
Yeah, and it's very simple. It's all that stuff that you need to have. It's only in your luggage.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not luggage, it's just the backpack, and let's go.
Exactly.
We'll get back to Esteban in a bit, but I'm not done with the hike with Luis.
We came to a point where you said, if you look over here, there's a mountain, and if you look down there, there's the city, and all we could see was white because it's so foggy today.
Yeah, it's a lot of clouds. Really rainy. Beautiful day.
Yeah. But still, I'm enjoying it very much. And on the way here, you were telling me a little bit. You said, do you know how Monterrey was founded? How it came to be?
Yeah, Monterrey, it's an industrial city. So it started with a foundation company. So we named it La Fundidora. And there it was like where it all started with the business. Monterrey is a really business city. So the people start being there, really happy, all around the Fundidora. And then they found La Cervecería, the beer company. So also we have a lot of international beers that we make here in Monterrey, like Indio, Tecate, 2X, 2X's, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, Dos Equis, I come from the advertising background, so I remember the commercial for Dos Equis. It's the best commercial ever. Yeah. The most interesting man in the world. Yeah.
Let me pause Luis here because I just want to let you hear what I'm talking about. The most interesting man in the world was an advertising campaign for Dos Equis beer, produced by the marketing firm Euro RSCG, now Havas Worldwide. The ads featured a bearded old gentleman with voiceovers that were both humorous and outrageous. The ads first appeared in the United States in 2006 and became a popular internet meme. The campaign was ended in 2018. They did so many of them, both on radio and on TV, and won more advertising awards than they could possibly count. With my background as a radio advertising producer, it's one of those campaigns that I wish I'd come up with. Here's one of my favorites.
The Aztec calendar has his Cinco de Mayo party chiseled in. The front of his house looks like it was built by the Mayans, because it was. The contents of his tacos refuse to fall from the shell. He can open a piñata with a wink and a smile. If you were to see him walking a Chihuahua, it would still look masculine. Several saints share his likeness, or vice versa, depending on who you ask. Dicing onions doesn't make him cry. It only makes him stronger. He has never filled up on chips. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Stay thirsty, my friends. I put a video with 10 minutes of the best, the most interesting man in the world on theradiovagabond.com. The brewery behind Dos Equis was founded in 1890 right here in Monterrey. It's now a subsidiary of the Dutch-based beer company Heineken International. Heineken is the second biggest beer company in the world and is behind 160 beer brands. There's always a bit of a battle between Heineken and number 4 on the list, the Danish company Carlsberg Group, with 140 different brands. So, as a proud Dane, I had to ask if Louis knows Carlsberg. And not so much. Have a listen.
You have Carlsberg here?
Sorry?
Carlsberg?
Carlsberg? No.
It's the Danish beer. Very famous, world famous, no?
I think there's
another reason you should go to Denmark.
Okay, yeah, I should go. So, yeah, I need to try all the beers all around the world. Yeah. That's my...
Start working.
Yeah. So, yeah.
With all the microbreweries coming, you have a lot... It's a lifetime project for you.
Yeah. Also... But yeah, I need to start with Mexican beers. They're really good. Also Corona, Modelo are from here, but not from Monterrey. But yeah, it's really nice beer. So here in Monterrey, we are one of the top 5 cities in the world that we drink more beer. We are one of the cities. We are competing with Munich and some other German cities. So it's really interesting fact.
I didn't know that. It's maybe one of the reasons when I go to a supermarket, there's a lot of beer, but not so much wine.
Yeah, a lot. We have freezers every 7-Eleven and Oxxo, that is the hometown market. But there's coolers, really big coolers full of beer all the time for everyone to get their cold beers and start drinking when The sad thing is that here in Mexico we can't drink in the streets. We need to drink in homes, but we still do it everywhere. It's really fun. Yeah. We love beer and tequila.
So the city just grew from the industry coming here? Yeah,
all the cities all about the industry. It's like the Mexico, New York, because every person when they want to do business come to Monterrey. We're really near to USA, so we can send a lot of things, and Tampico also is really near the ocean, and we can sport all around the world.
Yeah.
So
and also there's a big Lego factory. I noticed that as a Dane. So yeah.
There's a lot of people working there, and it's really cool to have Lego here because it gets up the standards of the enterprise here in Monterrey. So it's really cool.
It's very cool that my biggest professional client, Lego, is here. By the way, have I mentioned that before? In fact, we just published a podcast about traveling that came out as something you can listen to while you build the Lego set with the most pieces ever in their history. It's a beautiful Lego art world map, and we had 4 amazing world travelers as guests. You're probably interested in traveling, so you should have a listen when you're done listening to this episode. You can find it on lego.com/art. Then just click on the world map and scroll a bit down until you find the player. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Back to Esteban and his take on the city. It's an industrial city, and not many tourists come here.
No, this is more like a business city. There are a lot of corporatives here from US, Korea. Korea have now here industry. Kia Motors have now 10 or 15 factories here working and doing and assembling cars for the Latin market. Mm-hmm. And we have 2.
There's a Danish factory?
No, they should be 1 or 2.
There is. Yeah. There's a little company called Lego.
Yeah. Lego. Yeah, Lego is here. They told me that it's a very big factory. Yeah, there's here it's like industrial city, And this is in Spanish it's área metropolitana. It's like the metropolitan area.
Yeah.
And here it's like 7 million people in all around here. It's a very big city.
That number goes up and up every time I speak to somebody. Somebody said 5 million, and I think Wikipedia said a little bit less. But okay, you say 7 million?
Yeah, someone has told me like there are 7 million here. It's all around from Monterrey. It could be like in Monterrey 5.
Yeah.
But all around in
the urban area.
Yeah, in Guadalupe, San Nicolás, San Pedro, Santa Catarina, Apodaca. There's a lot of little cities that they conform the metropolitan area, and they're like 7 million, and they're growing very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this business city is like a business city. If you're here, it's probably because.
But still, whenever you look around, there's the big mountains all around, and
Yes, Monterrey. It's like in the bottom of the mountains.
Yeah, that's where the name come from.
Yeah, and this city, it's like not the good thing to hear about Monterrey, but it's the most polluted city in Mexico.
No.
Yeah, even that in Mexico City, it's
more than Mexico City.
Yeah, in Mexico City there are like 25 million people, something like that.
Yeah, it's the biggest in North America.
Yeah, and it's the biggest of Mexico. It's like, but here because it's in the bottom, mostly all the air doesn't go through and doesn't take the.
So when I look at the mountains and see the clouds up there, it's really not clouds. It's
more pollution than clouds. It's not that big.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell me that. Oh no.
Yeah, but it's a nice city. There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of museums that you can go. There's a zoo near here. It's like from 1 hour from here.
Any bad things about the city? Anything that needs to be improved?
The streets. The streets, if you have a car, at this moment I don't have a car, it's a good thing, but the streets are completely a mess, and they are always fixing something. And here, because there's a lot of people, the traffic, it's a pain in the ass. From my job to my house is like 15-20 minutes. But with all the traffic and they are fixing something in the boulevard, I made 45 minutes, 1 hour.
Yeah.
It depends. That's the most things that they need to improve. Even the security, but that's not only here in Monterrey, even in all Mexico. Yeah. We have to fix that.
But I don't feel that it's a dangerous city.
No, it's not. The problem is like all Mexico have like a bad image or bad picture of what do you think.
Before I came here, a lot of people say, "Oh, be careful of the cartel," and it's worse than Colombia in the old days.
Yeah, they said like the worst parts of Mexico it's in the north because we're near to the border. All the narcs are here, all the gunfights are here, but Mexico, it's a big country. It's not. You will not find that kind of stuff here in Monterrey. It's like you will not find it.
Yeah.
If you go more to the border, probably.
Yeah.
But it's not like, okay, one ticket. Every day we have gunfights. Every day you see someone killed. It's not like that.
I haven't seen anything that even remotely looks like that. So
I have seen some things, but it was in the worst days of the city that I lived. But it's not...
No.
Like you see people having a gunfight right in the corner. It's not like that.
No. And I live in San Pedro, which is a nice area. So
yeah, San Pedro is the richest city in Latin America. It's
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have their own police officers, and the richest people of San Pedro, they pay for that type of security. Only in the richest areas here you will find.
But still, I was told that there's still a lot of corruptions. If you get stopped by the police, you can pay your way out of it. And
that's the other bad things about Mexico. That's because they said you can do all that you want in Mexico. It's if you get stopped by police, it's like, hey, officer, I have
a little gift here.
A little gift for you for the good job that you do and all that stuff.
For the good job you do.
Yeah, you will. You always try to be polite with the officers who don't have any problem.
I would love to hear from you. And now there's a new and very simple way for you to send me a voice message. It's a cool little web-based app called Telby. And all you need to do is click on the banner on the radiovagabond.com where it says "Talk to me." And then just talk. Tell me where you are and what you're doing while you're listening to this. It's super simple, and one of the cool things is that you can listen to it and redo it if you're not happy with it before you click send. Please try that. I get a small soundbite that I can play here on the show, and it's always wonderful to hear from you guys. You can, of course, also fill out the form under contact on the website.
I plan to keep traveling, so I'm sure I'll bump into you somewhere in the world. Where do you think you will go next when you have accumulated some money to go traveling again?
I would like to go to Asia.
Yeah, after the motorcycle trip.
After the motorcycle trip, I would like to go to Asia and keep doing my motorcycle trip in Asia.
Yeah.
Or I would go to South America.
Yeah.
There's a place in Bolivia that it calls the Salt of Uyuni. I don't know what it's the name in English. In Spanish it's Salar de Uyuni. And it's like a little lake. It's not a lake, it's like it's wet. It's like 2 or 3 centimeters deep.
Okay.
But it looks like a mirror.
Oh.
And when you take the pictures and all that stuff, it looks like you're walking in the sky. It's I think that would be. It's part of my bucket list.
And traveling in South America, you would be able to get by with Spanish.
That's the other thing that I would like, because I will not struggle with the language. Just speak Spanish, and everyone is going to start.
But your English did improve in the year.
In a year, yeah. For me now, it's very. Even that I don't have a very good English, a very good grammatics.
Oh, I would say so.
But I can speak with someone without any problem. It's like, it's free for me. I don't have to translate from Spanish to English or from English to Spanish. It's just say it what you think, and doesn't matter how you say it. Even if they understand it, it's nice. If they don't, they will ask, what are you trying to say? Like, okay. Let me think what I'm trying to say and say it again to see if you can understand me. You learn a lot of language, and even the language, the culture of the people, how they live, that's the things that you learn in that trip.
And the best part is you make friends all over the world.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you have a Danish guy asking you if we should go to lunch.
Yeah, that was I never imagined seeing you here again. And
so good to see you again, Esteban, and see you again somewhere.
See you the next time.
Yeah.
Let's finish back with Luis and the waterfall in the background. He's got some tips on other places to go in his country.
I think next time you should go to Mexico City and Chiapas or Oaxaca, something like that, for knowing the native Mexican people.
Yeah. And in a few days I'm going to Cancun, and you said, well, that's not really Mexico.
Yeah, it's like
Muchos gringos.
No, I'm European. Yeah, gringos are more in Baja California.
Okay.
But Cancun, it's also a lot of gringos, but a lot of Europeans also. So I think I want to think of Cancun like the playground for European and gringos. Yeah. So it's fun to be there because I know a lot of international people, but it's also really fun for the Maya, Chichen Itza. There's a lot to do there. The water is amazing. It's beautiful there. So that's why it's really tourist the place, and I love it. I'm glad you're going there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard BIENVENIDO. As you make yourself comfortable, please ensure that all of your belongings are either stowed well under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bins. Passengers seated in emergency exit rows must place all hand luggage, including loose items, into the overhead bins for takeoff and landing. If you require any assistance finding your seat or stowing your luggage, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew, who will be happy to assist you. Once again, welcome on board.
And that is exactly where I'm going now. Cancun, in the eastern part of Mexico, is a very touristy place,
but I really hope I'm gonna like it nevertheless. It's got beautiful beaches and, well, a different experience than what I had in Monterrey, and I'm so looking forward to that.
Muy buenas tardes, señores pasajeros, sean ustedes bienvenidos a bordo de nuestro vuelo 1144 de Viva Aerobús con destino al aeropuerto de la ciudad de Cancún.
My name is Paella, and I gotta keep moving. See ya.
For takeoff and landing.
Produced by RadioGuru.co.uk.